Hi everyone, it's Tammy.
And this is Greg, and we are chock full of quarters.
And we are back with our 5 reasons why we don't like Dexter. Okay, this was a hard one for us.
Yeah.
I mean, it took us hours to come up with this because in our last video, you all saw, we drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And there was a lot that we love about Dexter. So this one we had to work at. But to say, not everything is perfect in life. And, I do think there's
If you ever have something that you tell me there's nothing wrong with it, you're lying.
Yeah.
There's nothing in this world is perfect.
Yep.
Except
for me.
Yeah. And I married her.
So let's get right into it. We're going to make this video a little bit shorter than the last one.
The drops.
Okay. Drops work fine. Not a problem. We've had a couple of jams, but those were bent quarters. What we have a problem with is I think the drops need to come with security screws and a tool for those security screws. I'm not going to go into how these drops come off because there are people, bad actors, who will look for these kind of videos as how we take stuff apart so they can maybe get access to things. So we're not going to talk about that. So this is more that we're hoping that Dexter's watching and that they might think about this, is that we would like to see security screws with a tool come with the washers. Mm-hmm. We're in the process of ordering our security screws to redo all of our drops. We haven't had a problem, but we have read about other laundromats that have had a problem. Mm-hmm. Now, you can't get access through the drop to the coin boxes. But from our experience of people who have broken into some of our stuff, they will try, but they will also get very frustrated that they can't. And then they will destroy whatever they think they're like, oh, you won't give me your money? Well, I'm going to break this. Well, I don't want to have to go out and buy a new drop. So we're working on getting security. It would have been nice if they came with security screws. That's all we're saying.
Superwash.
So this is my big beef. This is my big beef about Dexter. So on Dexter, when your customer puts in their money and they choose their hot, cold, warm, or whatever, for about 30 seconds or less, what flashes on the screen is Superwash $1 or whatever you change the price to. It's not long enough for our customers to, oh, what is Superwash? Let me try to figure this out and put the dollar in at the same time. There's nothing on there that talks about what Superwash is. So I had to go out and make stickers for my wash machines to explain that our Superwash is an extended wash time with an extra rinse, correct? Or spin?
It's an extra rinse.
Extra rinse.
Longer wash, extra rinse. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And we charge $1.
We charge $1 for it.
So
now, when we first opened back up after the retool for the first, I think it was like 5 months, my Superwash sales were at like 1 to maybe 2%. Now I'm almost at 10%. I've done over almost $2,100 in 6 months. Now, that doesn't sound like
what we did, or what she did, I should say.
I put a sticker up explaining what it was, and that and that helped. But they may not realize it the first time, but maybe after they're like, oh, and then they see the Superwash. I just don't think, and I had mentioned this already that I thought this was a problem, and I'm really hoping that maybe they will start to look at it, because other companies do add stuff like this. Maytag has it on one of their washers.
I looked at our competitor, and it's an LCD screen where it has wash, and then their Superwash, or whatever they call it, and it's got the price of the wash, and then the price of the Superwash. So
I just think it needs
before you start putting your quarters in, you know what it is and what the price is. You may not know. I'm sorry. You know that it's there and what the price is. You may not know what that means, which is what we had put on the sticker, the extended wash and the extra rinse.
Yeah.
But at least you know it exists before you start, so you can make that decision.
Exactly. Now, I will say that our app users are more likely to hit Superwash than our coin customers, because they have a moment to sit there and look at, oh, Superwash, and then they look at the wash machine and they see my little thing. I just think there needs to be a little bit more explanation as to what Superwash is.
Because on the app, it's like another button. You have hot, warm, cold, Superwash.
Superwash. It's an added value.
It's like, it's right there on your face. You don't think about it after the fact.
Yeah. So, and that kind of leads into something else that we would like to see Dexter. We believe that it's time to update to an LCD screen. We're not talking about the touch screens that Alliance has. I saw those at the clean show. They were nice, but I'm not sure it's something. I don't know if my customers.
I like your buttons. I really like your buttons.
We like the buttons because people can smash them.
Yeah.
And push and push and push and push, and it doesn't ruin it. I mean, these nice soft buttons, and because we know how our customers are. They're rough on everything, and they think they just need to beat the bejeebas out of everything. And so we like the buttons, but we think that there needs to be a better screen for more information as to what. So one of my biggest complaints from my customers is, oh, I just loaded my washing machine and it says $5, and then I hit the hot, and then I got to add 75 cents more. Well, I don't charge a whole heck of a lot for cold, but I upcharge on my warm and hot because our utilities are through the roof. And they don't understand that. They're like, oh, if I had just known, maybe if the prices were there in front of them, maybe, I'm not sure. I just think that maybe it's time. With all the tech that is coming out now, I'm really hoping to see that if Dexter will try to catch up a little bit, because they have the machine down pat. Like, these things are going to run forever and a day. Mm-hmm. I would like to see a little bit more information given to my customers without me having to make some, yucky stickers. You can get. I mean, my stickers are nice. I mean, they're not great. They're not. They're not as professional as a professional looking face on a washing machine. So that's number 3. So number 4. Okay.
The whole shebang. And
this is the only way I can describe it.
And one of the mistakes we know we made is we didn't, from the moment we retooled, become a card store. Mm-hmm. We have the app, which we love. It works. But we also take quarters. And we were like, we have to go to another third party, mm-hmm. to become a card store. Well, we are of the opinion, why can't Dexter mm-hmm. make their own version of a card store so I don't have to go through a third party. It's everything all through Dexter, where it's like Dexter Live and Dexter Pay.
Had a baby.
Yeah, Dexter Pay is just Dexter Pay completely. Yeah. It's a card store. Dexter Pay is not just the app. It's a card.
Yeah.
And I can do it that way. Yeah. I don't have to go through everything's integrated into the machine mm-hmm. from the factory. That way I just install it and I'm ready to roll from moment one.
So for our next store, we would love to have a whole shebang. We really would.
A store in a box is what we want.
Exactly.
Just right from the get-go, no third party, everything's, that way if I have a tech problem, mm-hmm. I don't have to call around and see if it's their problem, if it's your problem. If it's something this other person did, it's all one person. I can call Dexter and they'll know what's going on.
And the other thing, I think it would make it a lot easier. So we're going to go into, when we talk about the do's and don'ts of retooling, and we're going to say it a couple of times in a couple of different videos, is that if you are going to go with Dexter and your distributor does not tell you that you're financing, you can roll some of your expenses mm-hmm. like a third-party app or cards.
Yes.
Also some construction costs.
Be aware that some construction costs.
You need to ask about
the third-party app, like what we mm-hmm. had to do. We paid for that.
We could have put it in the financing.
We could have put that out through financing.
Mm-hmm. We used up a lot of our cash flow to do some things.
So don't think when you get that quote from your guy and you're like, well, I want to be a card store, but I don't have the $30,000 that it costs. You don't need it.
You don't need it.
Talk to them. Say, can I put? You should be able to add that into the cost of it. They will roll that in.
I need to fix some drains. I need to fix some electrical. You need to talk about that.
Yeah, they want to sell it to you, and they're going to help you any way they can.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that in another video, but I want to keep reiterating that we didn't know that. We just didn't know those kinds of things. And, I had a discussion with my distributor today, and I'm like, you need to talk about these things with your customers, because if you had told us these things, our store would look a whole lot different. Yeah. It really would. So maybe they're not allowed to. I don't know. He didn't say anything to me like that, but we're just going to tell you so when it's time for you to talk to your distributors. We're going to do a whole thing. It's part of the new series that we get coming up. So number 5, and I'm going to tell you, you're going to be like, Tammy, really? Okay. The fact that Dexter is forcing me to make this video, because you can't sit here and be like, I couldn't come up with a number 5. That the fact is that I had to come up with something that we don't like about Dexter. But you know what? There's always room for improvement.
Everything can be approved. That we know that. They
we know that. They know that.
You know.
So again, yes, we love Dexter. I couldn't come up with a real number 5. I had to make it up, and
even number 4 really isn't that much of a complaint. I mean, come on. Honestly,
it really isn't.
1 through 3 aren't that much of a complaint. None of them are that big.
It isn't, and it really is just kind of.
It's little improvements here and there.
We would like to see.
Just I mean, none of them are bad.
No.
We will encourage anybody who's going to build a store. Go with Dexter.
Absolutely.
By any means.
And Dexter is not paying us.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
They're not sponsoring this.
No. They love watching our videos.
Yeah.
We know that. But they don't pay us.
Yeah.
But if you'd like to.
Yeah. We wouldn't be opposed.
Yeah. But those are the 5 things that we feel that Dexter can improve on. And it's really not a hate list. It's an improvement list.
Yeah.
Just like you all want to tell us what we could improve on. We would love to hear it.
You got some constructive criticism. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
That's how you improve yourself. And
exactly.
I'm sure Dexter knows that too.
Just don't be mean. I can't handle mean people.
Yeah.
So again, everybody, so if you want one of the t-shirts, go on over to Etsy, the link in the below, to our Etsy shop. You'll find them there. Also the magnets you'll find there, and also the other stuff that we sell over there. Also, please leave a comment, hit that like button,
and subscribe.
Please subscribe. We're trying. I really would like to grow the channel. I really would. I'd like to maybe get up to where Keenan is. I would love to be up there where Keenan is. I know I'll never get there with our investment joy, but that's okay. I've come to terms with that I'll never get there, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So, because we've got our laundromat to run.
Yeah.
So, but until the next video, bye.
Bye.